Bachelor Hip Hop Weekly Magazine with Dante Beals. We're at the One Accord Studio, the fashion firm. You know, it's always cool to go to different cities and check out the things they have going on in terms of music and entertainment. But what brings all those things together is the fashion. You know, when you go to these concerts and you see these guys wearing these elite exclusive pieces, a lot of times you're not sure where they come from and who makes it. So kind of tell us about what you all do and some of the people that you've worked with.
Well, we basically bring your ideas to reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you sit at home and like, man, you know, it's a concert coming up or
mm-hmm.
a party or something you want to go to and you don't want to buy nothing off the rack, you can come to us
mm-hmm.
and basically stand out in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the fashion firm is and One Accord Apparel Group is.
Most definitely, most definitely. Now kind of tell us how you got to the point where you were able to connect with these big names, because you guys have worked with some pretty influential artists.
Well, I came up under a guy named Jay Boogie.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing it since '92. He did stuff for the Brat,
mm-hmm.
Total, Heavy D, Biggie,
mm-hmm.
Jermaine Dupri, all those cats. And he was primarily doing custom leathers,
mm-hmm.
leather outfits, the leather joggers, leather jackets, overalls, all that type. And back in 2001, a friend of mine was doing some artwork for him, you know, pluggers and stuff like that. He's like, hey man, there's a guy named Jay Boogie, he got a studio, you should come check it out. So I went over there and liked what I seen, and it turned in going every weekend, then every other day, and then I was over there every day.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Jay Boogie just basically took me up on his wing and showed me a ropes, showed me how to do custom stuff, and I just stuck with it. Like that was, like I said, 2001,
mm-hmm.
and I haven't punched the clock since then.
Now, you know, it's interesting because you talk about yourself, you talk about Jay Boogie, and learning from him and him working with guys like Biggie, Jermaine Dupri, people that are known for their gear and their unique looks. But most people from outside of Chicago don't typically associate the city with being a fashion influencer. Now, why do you think that is?
Well, because Chicago really isn't that big,
mm-hmm.
it doesn't have a big influence as of New York or LA.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, you look at it now, some of the major people in the fashion industry are from Chicago, i.e. Kanye. And we just kept going, and then, you know, it always takes a certain person or a certain figure to shine light on the city. And for the fashion, I'm going to say it really was Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he really brought Chicago to the forefront. Chicago has a lot of hidden gems for as far as designers.
As quiet as it's kept,
Exactly.
Chicago's been very influential
Exactly.
in its own right.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, because, you know, I see certain guys like Rick Ross rocking these varsity style
mm-hmm.
jackets. And I never think to say, okay, where are they getting them from? You just assume that they have them connect, and then
right.
they get what they need and they rock it, and I can't get it.
Right.
But that's where you come into play.
So the story on how I got connected with Ross was with
right.
I did a jacket for Hustle Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
So Hustle, he's a promoter. He's around in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy named Young Sav at the time was working for. I forgot who he was working for. I think Atlantic or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an A&R or something. He hits up Hustle. Like, man, he wants a jacket. So Hustle, he gives him my number. He calls. And at the time, it's all me doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not good with answering calls, returning calls, and or emails.
Right.
So it took him a long time. He's calling, don't answer. And
mm-hmm.
so then I get a call from Clark Kent one day,
mm-hmm.
DJ Clark Kent,
Right.
which I also know from Jay.
Okay.
So he's like, hey man, Mom and Sav want to get a jacket. You need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after I hung up from Clark, call Sav.
Right.
We go back and forth, make his jacket, and then about 3 months later, actually, next season, Sav called me like, Khaled wants to get a jacket for his album packaging.
Right.
So we do them two. He loves them. And then Sav comes back and he's like, you know what? I want to design me a Black Bottle Boys jacket, and I want to give it to Ross. So that's what it did. Went through, sent him a bunch of designs. He picked one, made it, boom, gave it to him. And then he hit back, said he loved it. Actually, they did the little video. It was when I think his album, what's the one with the 3 on it? I don't know the name of it.
Not Deeper Than
Self-Made.
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 Self-Made, right.
Yeah, when that was coming out. So he gave it to him as a gift. He hit me up and said Ross loved it. And he wanted to get some jackets. I'm like, okay, well, I'm ready. So month go past, 2 months, 3 months. I'm like, man, what's up? I thought Ross wanted to get some jackets.
Yeah.
You know, at this time, I'm like, man, yeah, I did the jacket, yada, yada, yada. What's up? So he's like, nah, he's working on the numbers. What he wanted, how many he wanted to get. When we first placed it, I thought he was going to do like 10. So when the final tally of the numbers came up, it was like 50 jackets.
Wow.
Now, mind you, he's giving these jackets to DJs and, just influential people.
Right.
So did those 50. He loved it. And the last jacket that I did that day, it was like, we need another jacket. We forgot, which was the owner of Bel Air.
Okay.
So I did his, and I gave it to him. It was right before Christmas, and he got it Christmas Eve and wore it to the Brooklyn Nets game. And this white dude, won a Black Bottle Boys jacket, varsity jacket, wore it to the game. He said he got so many compliments on that jacket.
Right.
What's up with these? So that rolled in, and he placed the order for another like 75 jackets. So it's just a snowball effect. So,
snowball effect.
But that all started from Sav asking about Hustle about the jackets, and then me getting with Sav, and then making Sav a jacket. And then Sav was actually the one who was like, I want to make a Black Bottle Boys jacket.
Never underestimate the power of word of mouth.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, just looking back at fashion and how it's evolved over the years, the varsity look is nothing new, but the way you've done it has attracted everyone from artists to DJs to even businessmen. What is it about the fashion firm look that you think connects with consumers?
The cut, that's the main reason, and materials. Like I don't shy on materials. I use the best of wools and the best of leathers, and the linings and the trim. And actually, the trim, that's custom made too. So we can come up with a crazy color combo and get that made. And it's basically the cut and the materials and the technique. Like I mix mediums. I use a chenille, embroidery, felt, twill, all on one jacket.
Now let me ask you this, because as I understand it, you never had any formal training in fashion, right? I mean,
all self-taught.
And I think that's what adds to the appeal of your look, because it's very clean, but it still has that raw element. Do you think you'd still have that approach to fashion had you went to a formal school and gotten your degree, or do you think just being street inspired helps make it connect with these influential people?
Yeah, probably not, because I don't know. I'm not a fan of higher education. So I went to Columbia College like for a month, however long does it take to get your refund check, and then I left. I got my check.
Cashed out.
I bounced to LA, but probably not. But when we first started, I wanted to make custom, because custom always had a bad connotation of just looking homemade. And so when I was doing it, I always in my mind, I was like, man, I want this stuff to look like it came out of the store. Right. That was my whole mindset. Right. And just far as technique and the quality and quality control, I really wanted it to make it look like it came out the store. That was my whole thing. But yeah, as far as I don't know, as far as school probably would have block that.
Yeah.
They gotta give you blinders.
Exactly, and you have that kind of free range to do what you experiment, and you never were told the rules,
right?
So you make your own rules, and look where it's gotten you. Is there any advice you could give for people that are up and coming that want to do fashion or want to do something in the lane of working with entertainers on their own terms? What advice would you give those people?
Keep going and master one thing before you try to do a million.
So I can't be like I can't have my magazine, my bottles, my...
Well, yeah, you have to build a foundation first before you build up on the building. If your foundation is weak, the building's not going to stand.
Absolutely.
So build that strong foundation, get known for something, for one thing first, master that, and then build on it. And then you'll be fine.
Before we let you go, you got to tell us, because you do more than jackets. So tell us like the other things you have going on, who you're working for, who you are designing for now, and where people can kind of keep up with you.
Well, at One Accord Apparel Group, you can do sublimation tees, you can do cups, styrofoam cups, you can do lighters, we can do banners, towels, screen print, embroidery, well, right now I'm doing, actually for next week, I'm doing a jacket for King Burns.
For Revolt, right?
Yes, Revolt TV, yep. Some sample, it's actually a sample jacket.
Okay.
It's gonna be a satin jacket. Give it to him first, let him test it out, see if they like it. Just finished up another order for Bel Air. We did some Bel Air Brute jackets. Just finished up the jackets for Wale.
Okay, yeah. He just dropped his album too, so shout out to Wale, yeah.
Yeah, for the Every Blue Moon jackets. That he had on. He was one of them doing All Star, and this is his tour that he just had. And you can check Instagram. I don't mess with Twitter.
Catch him on IG. Catch his stuff being worn by the hottest people. Dante Beals, thank you so much for rocking with Hip Hop Weekly. We're gonna take a tour of the office and see what's really good around here. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cool.